is this not a mule? Tickle his heel and see. You had better send for a doctor and a minister. If it had been a piano instead of a mule, you would not have to wear yourself in a sling for the next 6 months. Do you not wish it had been a piano? This is a bottle. What is in the bottle? Very bad whiskey. It has been sent to the local editor. He did not buy it. If he had bought it, the whiskey would have been poorer than it is. Little children, you must never drink bad whiskey. The picture is of an editor sneaking down an alley. The man on the sidewalk is a jeweler. The editor owes him $8,000 for diamonds. That is why the editor sneaks down the alley instead of meeting the jeweler. Would you like to be an editor and sneak down an alley? This is good little Richard. His mamma has taught him to be generous. See, he has the measles, and he is going over to give them to his neighbors. Is he not a nice boy? When you get the measles, you must give them to all the little boys and girls you can. If you do, maybe your mamma will give you something. I guess she will give you a licking. See the proofreader. He has been reading the proof of a medical convention. He is not swearing. He is reading the Bible. You cannot see the Bible. It is locked up in an iron box in the editor's room. The proofreader is saying something about damming something. Perhaps it is the creek. The cat is asleep on the rug. Step on her tail and see if she will wake up. Oh no, she will not wake. She is a heavy sleeper. Perhaps if you were to saw her tail off with the carving knife, you might attract her attention. Suppose you try. The well is very dark and deep. There is nice cool water in the well. If you lean way over the side, maybe you will fall in the well and down in the dear water. We will give you some candy if you will try. There is a sweet little birdie in the bottom of the well. Your mamma would be surprised to find you in the well, would she not? Here is a statesman. He makes speeches about the poor taxpayer and drinks whiskey. His pants are too short for him. He must have stood in a puddle of water when he got measured for them. He picks his teeth with a fork and wipes his nose on the bottom of sofas and chairs. If you neglect your education and learn to chew plug tobacco, maybe you will be a statesman sometime. Some statesmen go to Congress, and some go to jail, but it is the same thing after all. The man has a baby. The baby is 3 weeks old. Its mamma died 2 years ago. Poor little baby. Do you not feel sorry for it? How nice Papa looks sitting by the fire reading the Police Gazette. He is very fond of literature. See how absorbed he is. There is a torpedo on the mantelpiece. Take it down and throw it at Papa's bald head. That is right. Papa is not so absorbed as he was. He seems to be hunting for a strap. The girl has pretty eyes and red lips. She is going to take a walk in the star-lit glen, where the cricket chirps in the hedge and the jiggers play in the grass. William is going to walk in the glen too. He will meet the girl, and they will talk about the weather. We wouldn't give a cent for that piece of court plaster on the girl's chin by the time the girl gets back home. The mud is in the street. The lady has on a pair of red stockings. She is trying to cross the street. Let us all give 3 cheers for the mud. Here we have a game of croquet. Henry has just hit Nellie with the mallet, and Nellie is calling Henry naughty names. Their mother is not much of a croquet player, but in a minute she will come out and beat them both. The boy is sitting down eating jam. His mamma is coming through the door. The boy will stand up the next bowl of jam he eats. The girl is scratching her back against the door. She has been eating buckwheat cakes. Her beau thinks she is delicate, but he has never seen her tackle a plate of hot cakes on a frosty morning. Cakes had better roost high when she is around. If we were the girl, we should wear sandpaper lining in the dress and not be making a hairbrush out of the poor door. The peach is hard and green. He is waiting for a child to come along and eat him. When he gets into the child's little stomach, he will make things hot for that child. The child who eats the peach will be an angel before he gets a chance to eat another. If there were no green peaches, there would not be so many children's sizes of gold harps in heaven. See the wasp. He has pretty yellow stripes around his body, and a darning needle in his tail. If you will pat the wasp upon the tail, we will give you a nice picture book. This is the man who has had a notice in the paper. How proud he is! He is stepping higher than a blind horse. If he had wings, he would fly. Next week the paper will say the man is a measly old fraud, and the man will not step so high. Why is this little girl crying? Because her mamma will not let her put molasses and feathers on the baby's face. What a bad mamma! The little girl who never had any mamma must enjoy herself. Papas are nicer than mammas. No little girl ever marries a mamma, and perhaps that is why mammas are so bad to little girls. Never mind. When mamma goes out of the room, slap the horrid baby, and if it cries, you can tell your mamma it has the colic. If you neglect your education and learn to chew plug tobacco,